Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is that time. This is Monday, Manifestation Monday, here at the White Rose Community Television. This is Ptah Shakur, giving you more than what you're bargaining for. So what I'm going to do with my due diligence right now, I'm going on Facebook. Make sure I share this out live to my super friends. If anybody out there, please give me a microphone check, 1, 2. Let me know if I'm coming through or not. So I'm going to give everybody about 60 seconds. Make sure you grab a pen and pad. The information that I'm going to be going into is class session, y'all. Make sure you take this information down. And like always, it's a live call-in program. You can call in 717-846-5067. And make sure that we're coming in here live. I'm going to share this to Sharif Hamed. Why we pause? Okay, there. All right, we're there on Facebook. All right, so like we said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. Like this is what I call a PSA. So if you listen, all right, peace to the young guys. I got some young guys in here, came to visit me for a little bit, see me do my thing. But this is season 2 of Ptah Shakur, so we're going to do things just a little bit differently here. And what I have for everybody is what I call a PSA. No, not a public service announcement. This is a Ptah Shakur announcement. And so, please let me know if you have experienced any one of these particular ideas. Then we can kind of go through it and see if this is the particular program for you. So, let me make sure that everything going here. Got another little question mark here. Check. Boom. So before I go into my intro, like I normally do, my question is for everybody. Do you recognize the corruption that is taking place here in the hills of North America? Think about it. Number 2, are you secure in knowing that the future is bright for you and your child? Third question, are you free and are you happy to be alive? And if not, why? So some of us, like I was saying on a previous episode there, some of us are on the fast track. So shout out to all my fast trackers. Shout out to people who understand, those that understand the true living God that actually resonates in their heart. And they do their due diligence to spread love, light, and knowledge with our human family at the time. You already know these are all on my Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram. I appreciate everything you're doing. Making sure we do what we can to raise the frequency. Bring in this sunshine of light and love and actually provide an opportunity for those to walk in that love and light and actually awaken to the wonderful, powerful time that we're living in right now. And if you do not know, we are living in that time. We're living in that revelation period, whatever you want to call it there, the return of the Mahdi, the return of the Christ consciousness. We are truly in debt. We are living right into it. So we're going to get into some of that in a very little bit. So if you can hear this, please share this. Go to Ptah Shakur there on YouTube before I go into my intro. Smash that like button. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Make sure that this information gets out to those that you love, because this is a key, crucial point in time. And you, yes, you beautiful souls that are listening to me right now, you are the most powerful individuals, and particularly the youth that are coming in. Extremely powerful individuals that have the ability to interact with physical matter and actually bring in the wealth and finances and happiness and peace of mind, most importantly, that you've been seeking. You are able to do that by mastering the laws and principles of creation, which I've gone into in a different period of time. But the question is, do you recognize the corruption going on? Do you see the corruption going on in the, you see what's going on in the financial industry? You see what's going on in the education? You see what's going on in the religious institutions? Do you agree that this is a very, very unsettling time? If so, then it's time to go into action, to allow our leaders to divine for us a particular path. You'll be waiting forever. So, like I said, we're going to get into that a little bit and go a little bit more depth with some of those questionings to go into what is really going on this time. I brought a little chair here, so we're going to have a little more relaxed type of environment. But, like always, I'm going to begin with my intro that I normally go into. And this deals with affirmations. Affirmations are so key to how you speak to yourself. Is tremendous as far as how you interact with the world, what's your place into the world. And so I'll begin. I I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I'm in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and in each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Behold, I make all things new. Warning, the information that you're about to get inundated with is designed, is educational, motivational, and inspirational energy that I'm setting forth here. It may come across egotistical, but I gotta let everybody know why should Ptah Shakur, why should I be listened to, and why it's very, very key to really pay attention and actually start to change some of our belief systems and actually move into our power at this particular time. I am the omnipresent, all-powerful intelligence that's governing this here mind-body complex. I'm the presence of divine harmony. I'm always connected to the frequency and the heart of God, and I now bring forth solutions, very key, to change myself and the world. See the relation between yourself and the world? I am a limitless door which no man can shut. I am the mighty presence of divine source in action. In short, I'm your brother. Shorter, I'm you. I am a catalyst for change, role model, youth advocate, Reiki practitioner, transformational life coach, entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I am a rebel here to uninstall cowardice that is taking place in our communities. Listen up. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are being orchestrated by these elites. Let's just call them bad actors because they're not elite on anything. By these bad actors. And their end game is closer than what you think. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for all those seeking to understand the current changes that are taking place in this particular society. I intend to promote, I'm a dangerous man to those elitists or those bad actors, shall I say, and for anybody who is willfully participating in your own energetic enslavement. This is not the show for you. For those who identify as feminine, we need your energy, we need your vision to correct the ills that are being experienced in this current reality based off of this over masculinity representation. And I also ask those who identify by masculine, whatever your acronyms and whatever your letters are, I'm asking you for this particular mindset. We would rather die like a man rather than live like cowards, and I'll ask everybody, do what you can to step up to the plate at this particular time. We need some stepping up to do. Step up to the plate and do what's necessary to increase and improve our communities at this particular time. To all my 107, I believe, YouTube subscribers, I salute you. Remember that you are eternal beings, but forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful, love-like children of the most divine grid program. You can call them God, you can call it Allah, you can go. I wouldn't even say, we can't even put the word him. Closest thing you want to find in God, you better say put a she on top of that. So, for all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, remember this idea. We are the new founding fathers of creation. And I'm asking everybody to share that love and light with all those that are masquerading as physical flesh. Everybody just share that love with all of your individuals that are masquerading in your physical flesh, and share first of all, you got to have love for self. You got to. Let me sit down for a moment, kind of calm down a little bit. I think I got a mic check that I need to do. Somebody's getting in contact with me right now. But I need everybody that is part of this human family. Make sure you get that divine love for self, because believe it or not, don't let nobody teach you differently. That you need to develop that love for self first. And as you develop that love for self, then give a small snippet of that to your physical individuals on this particular plane. Yes, how may I help you? How you doing, baby? right, thank you. Don't worry about it. If it's not on air, this is going to be on air after it records. We're having some little technical difficulty, but thank you for calling. All right, love you. Had a little problem. I understand it's not going out on Facebook right now, but that's for sure that it will be recorded and it will be on Facebook. Got individuals looking to call in. Unfortunately, technical difficulties happen, so we're going to move and groove and get it on for everybody after this recorded session. So, like I was saying, I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. Due to be a happily married man, I am seeking to be a pillar within my community. And I invite everybody to get tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to the most powerful of all programming. The #1 program on White Rose Community Television, I might add. And like I said, still going to be recorded and placed on Facebook and Instagram as well as YouTube. So glad to have everybody in there. Like I said, this is a call in. That phone works. If you want to go ahead and call in. By the time this is being recorded, I think some people, I'm not going to be here when that's recorded. However, we're going to let the party go as we go on. So like I was saying, Grand Rising to all my kings and queens. Grand Rising to all my ladies and gentlemen. And Grand Rising to all those in between. If you don't know where you fit into that, welcome. This particular program, like I said, this is a season 2. It's more of a PSA. I just brought my little chair here so I can sit down and kind of speak to America. America, I need you to listen up. I'm trying to do my little Bernie Mac person. Listen up, America. America, listen. Those questions that I asked you before are really legitimate questions. Do you recognize the corruption that's going on? So let me just stick on that. Did you know? We're gonna do a little episode called "Did You Know?" Did you know that the news has recently broke that Mayor Adams, there in New York City, he was pressured by a lot of key individuals of a certain persuasion to quell and stop those darn pesky protesters there in Columbia University. Said he can't have that. We can't have individuals on this here soil expressing any type of affinity to the Palestinian people. We can't have that. Peaceful protest stuff like that. Couldn't have it. So what did they do? Phone calls were made. Pressure was placed on Mr. Mayor Adams by these individuals. And bang, within a few hours, they had brooms out. They were sweeping up took all the signs, the protest signs, had them all in the trash, had handcuffs on a lot of individuals. So is that the world that we want to live in? Where peaceful protesters are actually removed on the whims of a certain few powerful individuals of a certain persuasion? Say we can't have none of that? Is that the world you want to live in? I don't think so. Do you agree that we are living in Revelations? That was the second question. That Revelations that was speak said, "Behold, I see a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth have been passed away." It also speaks in the Revelations about a mark of the beast. No man can buy or sell unless they have those particular marks. I'm trying to paint a little picture. Now, I understand this. Like I said, those that are on that fast track, let me finish this thought. If you're on that fast track, you're already aware of the knowledge and wisdom of divinity of who you are and your place in the world and your place within truth. And you've already started to share love and light in every aspect. You start each one, teach one. You live a very, very harmonious life. You're not into any of that Diddy type of activity. Now, if you're on the middle track, listen up. This is for you too. If you're uncertain about what's going on, if you're feeling unsure about the America that you're living in, the America that our forefathers actually designed, and the laws and the freedoms that they have had in the developing it, some of you all can tell that we're not living in the dream of our forefathers, what they initiated in their mind. If so, where are we going? Think about that. And in the point of, like I said, in the point of the Revelations, hey, we go ahead and crack your book open. Go read through it on your own time. This is Ptah Shakur Speaks time right now. And then you can go and you can find it. They're jumping off the pages right now. And then last but not least, are you secure in knowing that your future is bright for your children? Are you secure in that your child is going to public schools and they're being instilled in the values in the knowledge that you stand for? Or is there other individuals with certain acronyms and certain mindsets that's trying to do things to our youth to try to put them in a more feminized energy? I'm all for love and light. However, when it comes to pushing agendas, do we really want to live in a country where that is really taking place? Believe it or not, there's a saying that really, really is apropos, I believe is the saying. Apropos. That why do we love the devil? I'll answer that question for you. Why do we love the devil? We love the devil because the devil gives us nothing, and nothing is plenty for us. So believe it or not, in this world that we're living in, 18 families, less than 0.5% of the human population, owns 99% of all the physical wealth, of the resources as well. Check out Bill and Melinda Gates. Oh wait, Melinda, she left, I forgot. Check out Bill Gates. Why has he amassed such a collection of farmland at this particular time? And why is he sending so much money to Caltech University to find ways to genetically alter lettuce? Please, if you don't believe anything that I'm sharing, like I said, it's a live call-in show. Number 717-846-5067. You can fill in for a call-in, and we can kind of get into a little conversation. Please, somebody make it make sense to me of why these individuals are backing individuals like Klaus Schwab. I have that on my list, too. That's one of my did you know. I'll get into it now. Klaus Schwab. I know his first name is Klaus. I know that. And he is the head of the Global Economic Forum. No, excuse me, World Economic Forum. Got facts here, folks. In this World Economical Forum, there is this information is available. Bring out your smartphone and check it on out if you think that I'm leading you astray. These are individuals who have been planning what they call the global reset, where you reset the financial industry. So not only is there a global reset going on, we see a lot of different things going on. It's like I was saying about those farmlands and different things that's taking place. Believe it or not, we're being distracted as individuals, and there's a lot of things kind of going on without us being aware of, nor giving our consent to. Need you to listen up until you get a pen and pad. I'll pause for 5 seconds. Hopefully you got a pen and pad and write it down, or you can go ahead and rewind this back as many times as you need it. And then the last question, are you free and are you happy? Of all the knowledge that I've gained and I've been blessed to have available, one of the main key ideas, or the most wisest thought, is the ability to be in a happy, positive, peaceful state. Are we in that particular state? Are you in that particular state is the better question. Or are you being ran about having to require to put up so much money because of inflation and the price of everything is going up, but the price of your paycheck is not going up? The taxes, you pay taxes, you have to pay tax on the money and then tax on the house. You got to pay all these particular taxes. If you're a person out there that has amassed amazing college debt, I need you to listen. So you have your debt on top of your taxes. You're looking for some help. I believe it was something that was being passed by Mr. Biden. I wonder how that debt forgiveness and how's that thing's going right now? It's not like the money is not there. How much billions of dollars being spent into war, pushing that war gas button? Because we all know when that bring that economy up, all you gotta do is just rev that war machine a couple times. Just get a nice little falls on a little gasoline in there. It's good as new. It's the same games being ran back and forth. So are you happy is my question. Are you happy when you turn on the news and you hear these different fights and different calamities that's taking place across the world? Are you happy, like I said, sending your child off to school? Are you happy with the way that the government is handling this whole AI technology? Are you happy with your political candidates? Are you happy with this two-part system? So I'm all doing all of this. If you check those boxes, If you're in the middle pack and you haven't checked those boxes, I implore you to check out the Did You Know on my PSA, Ptah Shakur announcement. Did you know? Not only did Mayor Adams be pressured to quell that protest, peaceful protest in Columbia University. Also, did you know, just going on, say, through the sciences of the world, did you know that the sun is in a very, very heightened state where there's numerous M flares and numerous electromagnetic storms that is pressing and putting pressure on our very, 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 very thin and very, very beautiful protection that we have around this particular. We have electromagnetic field that is around our particular planet that keeps us nice and secure from these massive doses of radiation that is being pummeled our way. However, one thing that is not safe is those satellites. Elon Musk has been saying that his Starlink satellite systems are to capacity. They're trying their very best to hold on at this particular time. So what would happen if these electromagnetic radiation affect technology? There was a movie that came out, say, Leave It All Behind, I believe it was called. And it was a Netflix movie. And in that movie, individuals moved out to another little particular area. They got away from the big city. And at that same time, it was different GPS thing. It was boats crashing into certain weird being shut down and coming ashore, so to speak, as well as GPS and those type of things were shut down. And the poor gentleman in the movie didn't even know how to get around. He had to go old school. What are we teaching the youth? And as a matter of fact, I have a closing message to the youth before we kind of close out here. Are we teaching them about astrology and astronomy and how to read the stars and actually navigate that way? It may be appropriate to go into some of those type of ideas because of these massive amount of storms. It will cause destruction. It will cause different type of things and really shutter our world. So if you have all your resources in that Bitcoin, you got all your money there in those banks. Wait a second. Those same banks that are cardboard cutouts of what a bank is supposed to be. It's much like if you go to a Hollywood studio, what is it, Universal Studio. They're in, I believe it's in Florida, Orlando, Florida, and it's a set. Everything looks like a set. You see the bank, you see the saloon, you see the different type of bars and things of that nature, but that's just for the perspective purpose of that particular camera. However, the reality is that that particular scene, that bank is being held up by a 4x4. So if you don't believe me, do your due diligence and do your research and realize that the financial system in this particular country, the dollar in particular, has been falling for much of my lifetime. And so it has to get to a point where the end is nigh, and that is this particular time. Did you also know that there is legislation? I salute. I'm going to stand up, do it right. I salute Dr. Stephen Greer with his programs that he designed to actually share with the world. He gathered up military generals, military pilots, Navy individuals from all branches of the military have came to this individual, and they shared that there are technologies that's being hidden from the American people. Technologies such as last June, I believe, a gentleman went in front of Congress, and actually he didn't went in front of Congress. Congress told him to get there. He was summoned by Congress to see what's going on heads and tails with this whole whistleblowers, a lot of whistleblowers going on here about these captured, and this out of the gentleman's mouth. I think his name is David, starts with a G. Out of his mouth, he said that there was biologics that was uncovered due to UAP crashed vehicles. Multiple UAP crashed vehicles what the military has had in their possession, and they still got. as well as these particular biologics. We'll talk about the biologics later. But this particular technology has been reverse engineered by individuals. Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar was one of the first individuals back in the 80s who actually shared that he actually worked on a secret program, not at Area 51, Groom Lake, which is next to Area 51. So if you want to go ahead and bum rush Area 51, understand that there's nothing in there. They moved those to Ohio, the fort in Ohio, and now they're spaced out all over the place. So you can go in there all you want. You're not going to find anything. However, Bob Lazar shared that he had worked on programs. He's seen with his physical eyes, been inside of them, can describe them to a T. While they were working on trying to remodel and reduplicate that same particular technology, in which they have been doing since the 1950s. This is old news, folks. But just said, did you know? But did you know that there's legislation since the Congress now know, based off of what that individual, David, whatever his last name is, and the multiple generals that have came forth, put their lives on the line. They ripped up their NDAs and things of that nature. Very, very powerful, courageous individuals who are set to help you and I, the common man, for the people and by the people, to educate us and let us know that these particular programs exist. So now, Lockheed Skunk Works, are you listening? Mr. Lockheed Skunk Works individuals, there's legislation that's coming to allow federal agents, Attorney General and the federal agents, to knock on Lockheed Skunk Works with a beautiful piece of paper in their hand saying, we actually have what's called, not a subpoena. We have the right to go in and actually see what is inside of your hangars. This legislation is to give that ability to the federal government to go into these particular establishments to get that information. Why is that so important? Because you need that paperwork, because there are some people that are actually holding security posts right now with M16s, and they believe that they are standing up and they're upholding the Constitution. They believe that they're fighting for you and I. They believe that they're actually doing good for the American people instead of hiding and allowing the privatized military complex to continue to amass billions of dollars, which has been shown to be missing from the, they did an audit, it was $15 trillion was missing. Where did it go? To these black budget programs. So we want to make sure that we do our due diligence. We want to make sure that we let our Congress people know. We want to make our state senators know. We want to let Biden know. We want to let Kamala Harris know that we want to know. We want to support this particular act, this legislation. And anyone's interested, go on Ptah Shakur YouTube or hit me up on Facebook, and I'll send you more of that information, exactly what act that is, as well as there's a particular website where you can go on and you just put your name and your address, and it auto-populates and sends it all these information. Dr. Stephen Greer made it incredibly easy for us to play a part in providing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to the American people. And instead, if we don't have that, if that pressure is not put on our politicians to work literally on our behalf, then there's going to be other ways the individuals are going to try to gain access into these Lockheed Skunk Works to get this anti-gravitic information. And we're trying to save lives here. Because like I said, those think that they're on the other side, but really we're the same individuals. They've been deceived as far as what they're standing up to. I need y'all, everybody, to listen. This is the PSA. Ptah Shakur Announcement. So, ask yourself again, do you recognize the corruption that's taking place? Do you recognize that we're living in those times of revelation? Are you free and you happy you've been alive? And are you secure knowing that your future is bright for your child? This is for my middle trackers here. If you're on the slow track, if you're on the slow bus, you probably already changed the channel. But if you if you want to kind of go a little back and forth with me, that's fine. I still got love and light. Everything. Like I said in my very, very beginning, everyone is a mere reflection of myself. I do not judge anyone. I love everyone. So I love myself. See how that works. However, if you want to operate and you question anything that I'm sharing, please go to Ptah Shakur there on Facebook. You can call in 717-846-5067. We will make sure we get that information up to you. Also, I've been appointed to strike the vital nerve or leaders are moving their lips and speaking empty words. So like I said, this is Ptah Shakur. I'm here. I am a researcher. I am a Reiki practitioner. I'm coming with information that is scientifically peer-reviewed science, folks. I got receipts. Or else I wouldn't put myself on this particular form to be questioned in such a way. So basically sharing the idea, the tremendous time for those who just tuned in. Sharing the importance of this divine time that we're living in. This is the time where the scriptures and scrolls wrote about and shared about the return of the Christ consciousness. The Aztec spoke about this in 2012, where they shared that 2012 was that key timeline to let us know which timeline are we going to be going into. I save that for last. It's not a definite what timeline. That's why it requires you. No one's coming for us. Yes, there are UAPs and there's individuals that are watching us right now, but inevitably it's up to us. And if we get enough individuals that are on a frequency of love and light, education and motivation, and we just doing our thing without falling for the fear-based tactics that are being, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the COVID, I'm talking about the Omicron, I'm talking about the Delta, as well as other incidents, these wars and these rumors of wars. I believe that's in Revelations too, isn't it? Wars and rumors of war are running rampant. So there's individuals that want to do their very due diligence to make sure that we stay in a very fearful state, whereas we're unable to really get in contact and access this divine energy that is coming through right now. And if you're listening at home, if you didn't hear it the first time, I thank you. Anyone who's pulling air right now, regardless of what your religious views or whatever your acronyms are that you have, just to be alive on this planet right now, pulling air, you have a tremendous duty. You have a tremendous job. What side of humanity will you stand on in 10, 15 years when things really start to become evident? What side did you stand on? Did you start on the stand and you decided you want to go to Christmas and you want to get that vision, that Apple technology with the VR goggles and sync your consciousness with this particular device? Where did you stand when Neuralink first unveiled their products to actually affect the human mind? Where did you stand where Bill Gates actually was buying up? Our farmers are hurting, folks, if you have not known. Like I said, warning, the information you hear may excite you, it may depress you, it may trigger you, it may do a myriad of things. That's what truth is designed to do. And if you're feeling kind of squirmy in your seat right now, you need to check yourself. Check whatever belief systems that we've been indoctrinated with to get you to that point where this information is kind of rubbing you the wrong way. Please call in, holler at me if you think anything I'm sharing. This is a very key, crucial point in time, particularly for our youth. What are we teaching our youth? Where did you stand when you find out that the record industries back in 1990, they're in California. Yes, the whistleblowers are blowing their whistles, folks. In the 1990, I think it was in August, there was a meeting between the record executives and the individuals who then became very benefactors of the military, the prison complex system. So when you take the music and you hear the over-sexualization of the music, which is throwing off our root chakras, by the way. Root chakras is way off. Over-sexualization that's being inputted into our youth's mind. And then you put that on top of not teaching conflict resolution skills in school. Then you add that to the fact that the music industry is becoming more and more divisive and violent. Or woman, I need you to listen up, but I need you to listen up. My gentlemen, I need you to listen up. The woman has been degraded, been degraded for a while, but now taking on a whole different turn now. Over-sexualization. Our young women are walking out there right now believing that they're not beautiful and that they have to alter their physical bodies in order to be acceptable by this particular society. We need our feminine energy. We pull our strength from our females and our feminine energy. But then look at where the world, the music industry and the educational industry, are you secure that your child is going to make it? Hey, some of you all may have your child in private schools, and if you got enough money in the bank, you can kind of fly them over to Switzerland and kind of get them exposure to individuals who already know the knowledge that I know, the individuals that know knowledge such as horoscopes, crystals, tarot cards, laws and principles of creation such as the law of attraction. How else do you think that Mr. Bill Gates, yes, I talked about him, devilish Mr. Gates, with his plan working with Klaus in the economical form that looked to take away freedoms of you and I, and taking away farmland from our hard-working farmers. How is he able to do these things and still have a smile on his face? There's no calamities headed his way. There's no fire bolts that God is sending down to him. There's no pestilence that is happening to these evildoers in this world. Why is it so? Why? I'll answer that question. The person that sounds just like myself. Because they know how to operate with these laws and principles of creation, such as the law of attraction. They know how to bring in things that they want. But do you believe they're going to teach you and I how to do that? Of course, anybody can sit down and say, I want a big house, I want a car. But there's key components that are missing in order for you to visualize that and understand the power that you have with your memories and your imagination. As we grew up as young people, we have a vivid imagination. That's why some of the youth are some of the strongest, most powerful souls in existence to this day. Those that have not been indoctrinated into this evil world's way of thinking. Those innocent souls in their imagination. Those that are in that elitist group, bad actor group, they know that the power of visualization, like the Native Americans did when they wanted to do their rain dances, which has been scientifically proven. The settlers at that time had took plenty of notes to how the Native Americans actually successfully caused rain to keep their crops alive, civilization alive. How did they do that? They would like to make you and I believe. They know better. They want us to believe that the Native Americans prayed to the God of the clouds and the God of the wind and made it happen. No, we are sadly mistaken. Oh, American people, can you hear me, America? I'm back on my Bernie Mac. We're in a sad state. But I'll finish my point. The idea of what made those Native Americans do those confirmed acts of miracles is because they visualized, they imagined what the puddles of rain there in their barren farmland. They imagined the feeling of the mud squishing against their toes and the water splashing. They did all that from the power of the mind. I'm telling you right now, you are the most powerful, beautiful children of the most divine great program. There's no weapon form that can stop you. We just need to come into understanding that if you believe something is not possible, then you won't. There's no way that you could bring it into reality. So the classes and the teachings that I go to, if you go to YouTube there on Ptah Shakur, you see a myriad of programs which go into, and I'll close out with one today, of how you can access that God divine within. And I'm telling you, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are an ocean in a drop. You have divine source energy. You are the true temple of God. There is no need to set foot in any building, in any type of parishon, in any sermon, or any words. Cannot teach you the exact truth of how to access the true temple, which was inside of yourself, which you are a portion. We are the dreams of the universe. I do not stand alone. I might be the only one on this program. I promise you, I'm not alone. We are the new founding fathers of creation, bringing this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to the forefront. This knowledge is not something new. In fact, this is information that's brought from the law of Ra. This is information from the Emerald Tablets. The individuals like Billy Carson, individuals like Matthias de Stephanos, individuals like Greg Braden, individuals there on the Gaia Network, GAIA. This is scientifically proven type of information that actually shares that you are a divine spark. You have a mountain of light that exists inside of your chest. And anything that you want in your life, you're able to access that by using the law of attraction. And law of attraction is this, simply. The energy that emanates from you has no end. And in fact, everything in creation is operating in a torus field. A torus field is much like an apple. It's much like the earth has a torus field. Everything in creation, and you have a torus field. That means you can actually bring whatever it is that you want into your reality. Let's say an example. If you've ever been thinking about someone, and then the phone rings, and that's an individual just, man, I was just thinking about you. Or you might just walk around the corner. Or you may say, I want this particular thing to happen in my life, and then lo and behold, it happens just the way. Oh my goodness. Or even deja vu. What is that? I'm telling you, if you are living in this time right now, you're experiencing repeating numbers. You're seeing that 1111, 222, 333. If you're seeing 119, 911, you're seeing these particular numbers when you're looking at your clock, you're looking at somebody's license plate, you're looking at somebody's address. I'm letting you know that your ancestors are doing their very best to tap you on the shoulder and say, check out that Ptah Shakur guy. Please check him out. If you're noticing those cardinals rip past you and you're like, oh, beautiful, majestic bird. If you're finding yourself going out into nature more, and you're getting away from all these electromagnetic devices that our bad actors want us to go further into. No. I want to get out into some nature. I'm going to take a walk. I want to eat more leafy vegetables. I want to take some of that sea moss. I want to change my behaviors and change my perspective of how I see things. The individuals that I used to hate, I forgive them. And understand that forgiving them does nothing to them, but it does something tremendous to you. It frees you. So when you're moving into this direction and you don't have the mass populace is going head first, believe it. I believe it was also in the scriptures. It says, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That road to hell was packed and paved with good intentions. However, the road toward heaven or salvation was narrow and seldom traveled. 5% of the individuals that hear this are activated and understand. 95, it's going to be hard to kind of take root. I'm doing my best here, folks. Putting the energy, got my research. I'm committed to this. I ain't going nowhere. So, if you're one of those 95%, I'm asking you to reevaluate your belief system. Reevaluate, question everything that you've ever heard. Question everything that I'm sharing with you right now. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research. Have we been put into a trance based off of the Rockefellers changing the standard of music and understanding how music affects us? And we're being affected by over-sexualized music on the radio that our children are being affected with? Do we have clean water to hydrate ourselves? Or do we have to pay exorbitant amounts of money for spring water? However, that Dasani water, that thing, man, they get out away from. Nah, they're not gonna give it away for free. They're not gonna do that. They're not losing money. Coca-Cola, they're not losing that money. That overly salted water that actually gets you to have. Listen, we really need to wake up at this particular time. And if you're feeling comfortable asleep, that's fine. That's the beauty of this energy that's coming in. There is going to be an existence for whatever you want. But one thing's for sure and two things for certain. You cannot blame anyone for where you end up because every tub shall sits on his own bottom. I'm going to ask this question again. This is my PSA, Ptah Shakur Announcement. This is May 20th, 2024. How How many of these boxes do you check off? Do you have faith in your leaders and your systems? Let's take it step by step. Go ahead and get pen and pad. Go ahead and check, because at the end we're going to tally and see how many check marks you got there. Do you have faith in your educational system here in America? Do you have faith in your religious system in America? I read an article in the newspaper was talking about there in Georgia, these large religious churches, they don't know what to do with this whole transgender, lesbian, gay type of, they don't even know what side to go on. They're splitting in fractions, and they're having a tremendous hardship bringing youth into these particular mindsets. I tell you this, how was this particular indoctrination brought upon us? Because if a person doesn't treat you right, they're sure not going to teach you right. So, check out They Clone Tyrone. Check that movie out. You can see how the different systems are set up against us. I am running out of time, folks. I gotta move kind of fast. Did you know that the Russian archives have just released a couple months ago? I did a show on this before. I'm not going to change the screen right now. I don't have a lot of time. But do you know that the Russian society, religious society, opened their archives for 1,000-year-old images of the most wonderful example of humanity and lover of you and I, Jesus of Nazareth. He was actually of a darker skin. There's numerous, Google it yourself, numerous depictions of Jesus and the Gospels with skin, what does it say? Like burnt bronze. Just like it says in the scriptures. Isn't that amazing? Before everything got whitewashed. So I asked you. So when you go down and you sit and you're looking up at that poor man on that cross, what is really being expressed to you and I? Because it is not actuality of what the individual looked like. Instead, it's an individual named Caesar Borgia. Caesar starts with a B-O. Duck, go that one too. Don't Google. Don't Google. Duck, go it, because you don't want to go. You don't want to put things in your Google account, and then you'll find out you're going through your social media account. You're like, oh my God, something's on there about black gospel. How did I get there? You know, they're watching. You're tracking us. They're tracking me right now. I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. I'm a happily family man, a man who is looking to become a pillar in my community, expressing love light to everyone that I cross paths. Friendships in all walks of life. Moving on and grooving on. Did you know that scientists, peer-reviewed science, if you're not sitting down, sit down for this one, have found that there are what's called ribonhedron crystals. Rambo. Excuse me. I know because like Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, you know. Anybody in the 80s would overglorify that violence that I was speaking about. Yeah, I watched some of that too. Ribonhedron crystals that they found in your heart that actually mimic the cells in your brain. What does that mean, Ptah? I'm speaking about that your heart has an ability to recognize truth when it presents itself. Much faster than this guy up here. This guy up here has to run everything through our ego, our pride, run things into our religious indoctrination, run things through our cultural belief systems. So we got to run all that through. And by the time you computed and did all that, the heart already been new. So are we following our heart or are we following our brains? Because understand, depending on where you live, depends on your belief system. Believe it or not, there's some individuals who believe killing cows, those poor cows, that they line up one after another. You hear the cow moo. They're saying something, and the other cows are picking it up. Oh my God, he just stayed. The cow behind that cow just seen that cow get his brain smashed out. That's what they're communicating. And all that fear and all that energy goes right into the meats. And then we throw it on the grill, and then wonder why we have so many health issues and a pain in my joints after we eat a certain meal. Oh my God, That's that energy. If it's not blessed. And shout out to individuals that's out here blessing the meat. What do you mean blessing the meat? You figure it out. Jewish individuals, they know how to do it. Muslim individuals, they know how to bless their meat. Change the energy of it so it doesn't negatively affect your body. So, these particular cows are being slaughtered every second. Since I've been in this program, there's probably been 1 million cows slaughtered in America. But morally, that's right. That's okay. That's fine. However, in another portion of the world, like over in India and the Hindu, they consider the cow to be sacred. So sacred. I think we're living in the Milky Way. They consider the cow to be revered, like the Egyptians considered the apis bull. Consider this to be a divine animal that they wouldn't dare touch. So depending on your belief systems, depending on how you perceive this particular world that we're living in. So, did you know, like I said, those heart cells activate his brain cells and you're able to pick up truth at a much, much higher frequency than running it through this guy. This is a mess that the bad actors and our leaders that have continued to take that technology and continue with that, with more false flags and more type of things. Oh, trust me, we're not done, folks. As I said in my little soliloquy in the beginning, those individuals are fearful of me. They're fearful of you too if you would stand up for truth. They're cowering. Those 18 families, those Illuminati, those Bilderbergs. What's the name of the group? The individual that Puffy, Mr. Diddy, the ones he upset in the alcohol lawsuit that he filed against individuals as part of that family line that actually can really let you know how they're hanging that man out to die. If you believe that he is the head of all of the filth going on in the music and movie industries, yeah, you got another thing coming. Even what Kendrick Lamar said, he said there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and some of the people around here to police it. So there's people that are set up deliberately to keep us in a dumb, deaf, and blind state of mind. Ptah Shakur, I'm here. Time to take the shades off. It's time to wake up. And so they're finishing off my little soliloquy fun. PSA, Ptah Shakur service announcement. Did you know that this energy field, like I alluded to before, this torus field of energy that you can use to magnetically bring things to your life? And I'm not just talking about good things. We bring bad things into our life too. We blame it on the devil, blame it on the demons and all of that. However, subconsciously, we are calling in the same things that we don't want. Hence the law of attraction. Your focus goes where your energy goes, where your mind flows. So wherever you find your mind drifting off into, that's where your energy goes. Make sure we do our due diligence to keep our minds on positive. Keep your minds on evolving, changing your diet, changing your life. That's the whole reason of this life that we're living in, is just so we can evolve. If we don't evolve, then we de-evolve. And there's plenty of individuals that want you to go down this way through distractions. You can turn on YouTube. There's plenty of other things you can watch on there besides Ptah Shakur or Gaia Network, or something that's going to uplift you and actually share with you some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to unlock you and allow you to live a peaceful life. It doesn't make sense that we have to work so many hours in a job, give this money away for taxes, pay your student that loan off, do all those type of things, and you're just sitting in your house penniless and sad. That is the plan, folks. That's not the plan that I have. That's the plan that the individuals who have set up this society. And it's crumbling. The only reason why Ptah Shakur feels so free and happy in sharing this information, I sleep great at night, is because I know that this wicked society is crumbling and falling. It's falling into pieces and is never to be reborn again. This is a tremendous time to be alive, folks. Even the earth is waking up. Did you know not only is the sun is experiencing these multiple solar flares, and soon the sun is about to flip its poles, but the earth itself, the magnetic north, has already switched. It's no longer over the North Pole. It's over Siberia at this particular time. That explains a lot, Ptah. I know a person sounds just like me. That explains the weather patterns that were taking place. It explains hurricanes coming up California for the first time in whatever. It explains the temperature of the ocean rising. It also explains as far as with the ice age. Yes? How was there an ice age? Why is there evidence that the ice age come and go, ebbs and flows? This is part of the galactical dance that we are in, and if we're not prepared for this time, let's say it's going to be a very, very sad state of mind. So with this last 5 minutes that I have, I would like to just briefly just share with everybody. I recommend every man, woman, and child, when you begin to discover the power of you, the power of the divinity that is inside of your chest, you would never play the part that you formerly played. You don't turn back and become a reflector of life. No, 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 no. From here on, you are awoken and you are a effector of life with that energy that you emanate. When you are in the love-light frequency and you're in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, your energy field casts a bigger net. And there you will be more successful in pulling these wonderful informations and things that you want. Money, good homes, friendship, all luck, walks of life. I'm telling you, you are a magnetic field. And you can bring everything that you want. You've already been doing it. You don't even need to do anything special. You've been manifesting your own reality since you've been born. The thing is, by focusing on what you want and instead of what you don't want, remember, your energy flows where your attention goes. So if you keep your attention on staying in your grind, staying on developing yourself, developing business for yourself, developing relationships with your, don't pay no attention to this mass confusion that is being a play. Remember, the government has been working with Hollywood for quite a bit, and this is on the grand stage. They want you fearful, they want you afraid, they want your money, they want your happiness. We're not going to give it to them. We are the new founding fathers of creation. Those that's already on the fast track, I salute you like I said. Those on the middle track, you're still trying to get heads and tails with the Ptah Shakur. Oh my God, what's going on? If you answer those questions, like I said, if you understand the corruption that's going on, if you feel as though you're living in revelation, if you know that there's something wrong with this matrix going on, it's time for us to do something about it. And the first thing you could do is educate yourself. And so with that, it's a simple visualization. Simple visualization meditation that you could do to tap into the God divine within. If you have any questions, please send them to Ptah Shakur at Gmail. I'll do what's called a Ptah mailbag, in which I go and I answer different questions. But this is one of the questions. How do we access the God divine within? This is how you do it. First of all, find yourself in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Just the mere act of closing your eyes shut off the myriad of information that's we're being inundated with. You can take a break. Breathe. Understanding that breathing is very, very key in order for you to access your God divine divinity power. So take 2 deep breaths in, hold to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4. Hold to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 8. All my tough guys, that's easy. Let me see you do that for 5 minutes. I promise you. Once you do that, you have a renewed perspective of life. You're able to deal with individuals that are very, very arrogant and aggressive, and they may just get on your nerves. You breathe in, you put that body consciousness aside, you bring in the divinity part of yourself, and understand that person you're dealing with is just a mere reflection of yourself, and you'll be able to treat them with love and light. So, in closing, that's my little visualization, or meditation at least. I'll go into a visualization of what to use your power of imagination on top of the breathing, take it to a whole nother level, and you can see without no limit of time the information is being expressed right now. So in my little closing, before I leave out here on the White Rose Community Television, appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm asking everybody to find that peace, whether you need to go out into nature or just get yourself away from individuals. Find that divine peace inside yourself, and I promise you, you'll get in contact with the God divine within. And when you do get in contact with the God divine within, let's share just a small snippet of that with your fellow human beings, aka your reflections. And let's start to create heaven on earth. This is the time. We have the ability, we have the power, we have the know-how. This is Ptah Shakur. Love and light to you all.